Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, thanks for stopping by. I hope you will consider subscribing. So today I have another quick canning video for you. The last video I did a little teaser saying that we were going to be canning up some raspberry syrup, and that's what we are going to be working on today. So this recipe comes from the all-new Ball Book of Canning. However, raspberry syrup is found in several other canning books. It is on page 123. Raspberry syrup is fantastic to drizzle over pancakes or waffles. Obviously, it would be delicious stirred into oatmeal. They suggest using it to make a raspberry drink. Just mix in with some club soda and you have a nice refreshing summery drink. I mentioned in my last video that this would be a great syrup for canning up peaches in. If you like that peach Melba vibe, this would be a great syrup to use for that. It's also great to have on your shelf to drizzle into your morning coffee. Raspberry goes deliciously with coffee. But my thought for canning this up was to take some of our summer goodness, these delicious summer berries, and can them up to make this delicious syrup, and then they would be great for gift giving. So that was my main reason for canning it up. It's going to be a beautiful color for the holidays, and because there are lots of ways to use it, it will make a fantastic gift. So I'm kind of thinking ahead, and if you are a canner like me, you like to take your goodies during the summer months, can them up and use them for gifts. This is going to be fantastic as a gift. So it's very straightforward and it's really simple to do. It takes just a handful of ingredients. You need fresh raspberries, water, sugar, light corn syrup. I know how some of you feel about that, but this does include light corn syrup. And then two tablespoons of bottled lemon juice. Yes, you must use lemon juice here, bottled lemon juice here. They are using that as a bit of a preservative. So anytime a canning recipe calls for bottled lemon juice, please use bottled lemon juice. So what we start with is you want to take your raspberries and your water. You're going to place them in a 6-quart stainless steel or enamel Dutch oven. You're going to bring them to a simmer over medium-low heat. Cook uncovered for 20 minutes, stirring occasionally. You do not want to bring them up to a boil. You just want a gentle simmer. You're going to remove it from the heat. Line a wire mesh strainer with 2 layers of dampened cheesecloth or a jelly bag. Place over a bowl, pour the berry mixture into the strainer and let it drain for 2 hours or as needed to extract 4½ cups of juice. They do note, do not press or squeeze the mixture, then you're going to discard your solids. And then rinse your Dutch oven unless you're using a different pan for the next step. So I've already done that. I have my 4½ cups of juice. So that's where we are going to start today. So now all we need to do is combine the raspberry juice, 2 3/4 cups of sugar, 1/2 cup of light corn syrup, and the lemon juice. Bring mixture to a full rolling boil over medium-high heat. Boil 1 minute and then we are all set for canning. This is a water bath or steam canning recipe and we only have to process for 10 minutes. So super simple stuff here. So I'm going to bring you in close and we are going to get started. Okay guys, here we go. I have my 4½ cups of juice I extracted from my raspberries. We are going to add 2 3/4 cup of sugar. We're going to add our 1/2 cup of light corn syrup. And then our 2 tablespoons of bottled lemon juice. We're going to set our temperature to a medium-high heat and stir that together. Like I said, we are going to bring this to a full rolling boil. We're going to boil hard for 1 minute and then we are all set for canning. So while this is coming up to a boil, I'm going to get my canner ready and my jars ready. We are processing for 10 minutes, so you do not need to pre-sterilize your jars or lids. Just make sure your jars are nice and clean and make sure they are hot. Wash your lids, set them aside. If you are using the ball lids, if you're not using ball lids, follow the instructions that come with whatever lid you are using. And then for your canner, follow the instructions that come with your canner. I have a steam canner, so I'm heating 3 quarts of water to simmering in my steam canner. If you're a water bath canning, you want enough water in your canner to cover your jars by 1 inch. Once your jars are added, you want to bring it up to simmering as well. Okay guys, there's our full boil. We want to boil for 1 minute, then we are all set for canning. I did want to mention it has produced some foam. Ball doesn't make mention of this, but if you don't want the foam in your product, your end product, you could go ahead and skim that off. It's entirely up to you. It doesn't hurt anything. It just might look a little nicer if you skim it off. So, okay guys, we are all set for canning. I'm using these pretty pint jars. You can can this in pints or half pints. You can also can them in the tiny baby jars if you prefer. Your processing time is going to be the same for any of those jars. So we want to fill our jars to 1/2 inch headspace. Okay, once you're at 1/2 inch headspace, you're going to take your paper towel, dip it in white vinegar to clean the rims of your jars. Make sure you don't have anything to prevent you from getting a good seal. Then you're going to place your lid. And then add your ring to fingertip tight. And it's very, very hot, so be sure you are starting with hot jars. Okay guys, I got 3 pints and some change. According to the recipe, we're supposed to get 4 pints, but as with all things ball, I rarely get what they say. So I have, like I said, 3 pints and some change. So now we're ready for water bath or steam canning. Just make sure that you have enough water to cover your jars by 1 inch. If you are water bath canning, you want to go ahead and put your lid on. We're gonna bring it up to a full rolling boil. If you are water bath canning, go ahead and increase your heat. If you are steam canning like I am, you are going to read your dial gauge when you get in the green zone. You can start your processing time when you are at a full rolling boil. You can start your processing time for water bath canning. Once you are up to temperature, make sure you adjust your heat just to maintain a full boil or stay in your green zone. For steam canning, you don't want it boiling too vigorously throughout your entire canning session, so make sure to adjust your heat accordingly. Process for 10 minutes and then I will bring you back. Okay guys, we are all done. I processed for 10 minutes and then let my jars cool in my canner for about 10 minutes. Anytime that you are working with a sugar syrup of any sort, you are benefited by allowing your jars to cool a little bit longer in your canner. Syrup tends to want to siphon quite easily, so I like to let my jars cool a little more than I normally would. So they sat for 10 minutes and now we are all done. I can show you this beautiful syrup. Forgive the mowing noise. Our mowers are here mowing our grass, so I apologize for the noise in the background, but look how beautiful. Kind of hard to see, but you got that beautiful dark berry red color. It's so pretty. This would make a great gift tied with a really pretty bow at Christmas time. Would be fantastic. So to make a refreshing summer drink, you of course could add this to iced tea, you could add it to lemonade, you could add it to a lot of different things. You could also booze it up a little bit, make it a little bit boozy, and add a splash of vodka or rum. Sky's the limit. You can make all kinds of fun cocktails with it. It would make a great margarita. So lots and lots of ways to use it, but today we're just gonna make just a quick soda out of it. So we can't can it in these beautiful bottles, the swing top bottles, but I think they're so pretty for storing it. So once you open up a jar, you'll have to store it in the fridge. So I recommend putting it in one of these pretty bottles. And then got just one of the pretty ball swirl jars, and we're going to add a couple of tablespoons of our syrup. And then we're going to top it off with some delicious club soda. Look how pretty. So pretty. Love that. And then we'll add some beautiful frozen raspberries in there just for a little extra flavor, color, and texture. And how about a pretty straw? Now, who would not want to drink that? So delicious. Cheers to you all. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you guys have a great day. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them for me in the comment section. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you next time. Have a great day. Cheers.